Good evening and welcome to the news roundup for Friday, August 11th. Before we get into the news, please remember to like this video, share your views in the comments, and share the video with your family and friends.
Teach them! Always make sure the message reach them!
Now for the news in detail. A female person of interest in the murder of 80-year-old Daniel Rowe was taken into police custody on Friday afternoon.
As the police continues its investigation into the horrific and brutal murder of the late Daniel Rowe, 80 years old, which took place on Thursday, the 8th of June 2023, we can now report that a female person of interest was taken into custody today, the 11th August 2023, at about 2:30 p.m. The person was picked up somewhere in the corporate area. We are unable to give any further information regarding the identity of the person of interest due to administrative and legal procedure. Further information will be made available as soon as those proceedings are completed.
MBJ Airports Limited, the operator of the Sangster International Airport in Montego Bay, St. James, says flight operations are back to normal. Operations at the airport were impacted for several hours on Thursday due to runway issues, which affected approximately 52 flights.
So I got to the airport, I got my bags here, I get to go check in. They say flight delayed. They keep delaying it 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour. No real explanation of what's happening. I'm just ready to get back home or get back into another resort. But I want some answers. Just waiting, come out, enjoy a little bit of air. There's a madhouse in there right now, people everywhere, chaos. So I just come out, bring my wife, come out, breathe a little fresh air for a minute, let everything calm down, and hopefully they got some answers when I go back.
In a statement today, MBJ says some airlines are operating extra flights to accommodate passengers who were affected by the disruptions. It also recommended that passengers make contact with their respective airlines for the latest updates on their flight's status and for any information regarding any changes. The operators expressed gratitude to passengers, stakeholders, and employees for their patience and the support over the last 24 hours. 3 rifles, 1 handgun, and an assortment of ammunition were seized by the St. James Police during a joint police-military operation on Thursday. More from Acting Commanding Officer for St. James, Superintendent Aaron Samuels.
Since Tuesday, we launched a 14-day surge operation, which would see us conducting numerous targeted operations across the entire St. James Division. This morning, we conducted one such in the Salt Spring community. We targeted one of our wanted persons, Ziggy, Robert Calvert, OC Ziggy, who is wanted for shooting with intent at the police. This operation went extremely well. Whilst we did not capture the wanted person, we were able to disarm him of 4 weapons, which includes 3 rifles and 1 handgun. I believe that it puts into focus what we intend to do, which is to capture wanted persons, disarm them of weapons, bring some peace and security to the area. The area in question where we conducted this operation, Salt Spring, is one that we have over the years been doing a lot of work. There are several gangs that operate within that space, and this one, which is led by Robert Calvert, OC Ziggy, is one that has in recent time been they have been causing some havoc within the space. So we are very elated that we are able to disarm them of these weapons.
The Old Harbour Police in St. Catherine are searching for a man who shot and killed another near the police station on Thursday. The deceased has been identified as 31-year-old Kirill Plummer, a labourer of Bannister Housing Scheme in Old Harbour. Reports are that about 6:40 p.m., Plummer was walking along the road. Upon reaching the vicinity of the clock along Darlington Drive, he was approached by a man who brandished a handgun and who shot him in the upper body. The gunman then escaped on foot in the area. The injured man was taken to the Spanish Town General Hospital where he succumbed to his injuries. A second person of interest has been taken into custody in connection with the death of 15-year-old Jamila Cole. Deputy Superintendent Winston Milton, commanding officer for the Trelawney Police, is seeking the public's assistance in locating a third suspect.
We have been working assiduously since we have received report of this really outrageous incident which occurred in a quiet rural farming community in the parish. The entire country has been shocked, and rightfully so. Since then, we have taken 2 persons of interest in custody. We have been working assiduously to locate a third person who we believe the public can assist us in locating. He is Tyrese Brown, OC Sheetman, OC TJ, from an all-side district just in the parish of Trelawney. We believe that this man can assist us in advancing our investigation. Consequently, we are imploring him to come into us here at the Falmouth Police Station and speak with us. He may do so if he so desire with his attorney or any reputable member of the community, past justice of the peace. We also would like to, dispel some of the rumors that have been going around in, social media as it relates to family members being involved in this bizarre incident. I must point out categorically that so far there is nothing in our investigation that implicates any member of the family in this very, very heinous crime. So we'll ask persons to desist from doing so, because in doing so, you may put innocent persons' lives at risk, and we are not into that. Right now, the focus should be on finding the perpetrators who were involved in the murder of young Jamelia Cole and the injury of her mother and cousin. That's, in our opinion, is where the focus should be. With that said, we are still appealing to members of the community who can assist us with the investigative process. We strongly believe, based on where we are in our investigations, that there are persons in the community who are in possession of information that is able to assist us in this regard. There is a theory that we have in relation to the possible cause of this incident, but at this point we would like to hold that back pending further investigation. We would not like to disclose that, but we can say that at this juncture there is nothing at all to indicate that any family member was involved in this gruesome act.
Gunmen pretending to be police officers shot and killed a farmer at his home in New Longsville, Clarendon on Friday morning. The deceased has been identified as 42-year-old Tyrone Davis, otherwise called Hilroy. It was reported that around 1:30 a.m., Davis was at home sleeping when he was awakened by loud bangs on the door and the shouts of "Davis, police, open up." The farmer, police said, complied after hearing the banging getting louder from both the front and back doors. He opened the front door and the men opened gunfire, hitting him in his head. The police were summoned and found the now deceased lying on his back with what appeared to be gunshot wounds to the head. He was clad in a black long-sleeve shirt and a red shorts. Davis was transported to the Mapen Hospital where he was pronounced dead. A woman was shot dead and another hospitalized following an attack at a bar on Windward Road in Kingston on Thursday. The deceased has been identified as 38-year-old Tracy Ann Barnes, otherwise called Pinky, a bartender off Grafton Road in Vineyard Town. Reports are that sometime between 2 o'clock Thursday afternoon, both women were at the rear of the premises when a man entered and purchased a cigarette from the bartender. He reportedly smoked it and then went to the rear of the property, pulled a handgun, and opened fire at a group of women. Barnes was shot in the head. The gunman escaped on a waiting motorcycle. The wounded women were taken to hospital where Barnes died while undergoing treatment. The St. James police have taken one man into custody in connection with the fatal stabbing of a bar manager on Wednesday. The deceased is 43-year-old Lincoln Green of Clark Avenue in Montego Bay. The identity of the suspect is being withheld pending further investigation. Reports are that about 6:30 p.m. on Wednesday, residents heard shouts of help coming from Green's residence and saw a man attacking him. The police were alerted, and upon their arrival, the suspect was seen attempting to flee. He was accosted. Following further checks, the police discovered Green on his veranda, covered in blood and suffering from what appeared to be stab wounds. He was pronounced dead at hospital. An Ananda alert has been activated for a 15-year-old Katanarite of Johns Road, Spanish Town, St. Catherine, who has been missing since Wednesday, August 2. She is of dark complexion, slim build, and is about 167 centimeters or 5 feet 6 inches tall. Reports from the Spanish Town police are that Katana was last seen at home dressed in a white blouse, black tights, and a pair of white slippers. The time she went missing is unknown. Anyone knowing the whereabouts of Katanarite is being asked to contact the Spanish Town police at 876-984-2305, the police 119 emergency number, or the nearest police station. In business, in the first quarter of 2023, Jamaica managed to decrease its trade deficit to US $1.3 billion, an improvement from US $1.44 billion during the same period in 2022. Domestic exports recorded growth of 32.6%, reaching US $385.5 million in the first quarter, compared to US $290.7 million during the same period in 2022. The top 5 export destinations for Jamaica were the US, Puerto Rico, Latvia, the Russian Federation, and the United Kingdom. In sports, Jamaica's young reggae boys secured an impressive 4-1 win over Honduras in their quarter-final match at the CONCACAF Boys Under-15 Championship in the Dominican Republic on Thursday. This is the first time a Jamaican team has advanced to the semi-final in the tournament. Jamaica will play Mexico in the semi-finals later today. And on the entertainment scene, 2-time Grammy-nominated reggae artist Etana has indicated that she has no interest in working with VP Records, with whom she is embroiled in a multi-million-dollar lawsuit over alleged breach of contract and copyright infringement. In January of 2022, Etana filed a lawsuit against a New York-based company, which distributed 4 of her albums, starting with The Strong One in 2008 and ending with I Rise in 2014, citing several royalty-related claims. Her representative, Miami Entertainment Law Group, issued a statement at the time that read in part, "Despite all the commercial success enjoyed by Etana to date, the defendants have not provided a formal accounting, and they have not properly paid the royalties and the other income due to her under their agreement, including, but not limited to, artist royalties, mechanical royalties, public performance royalties, profits from the sale of merchandise, and for any licensing fee." However, in December of 2022, a New York judge dismissed 9 of Etana's 14 claims. The singer filed an amended lawsuit in January, seeking more than US $10 million in damages. And that is it for your news roundup for today. We would appreciate you liking this video, leaving a comment, and sharing the video with your family and friends. Have a good evening, and see you next time.